A wise woman once said, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. I stand with Cardi B. It'll make sense later, but I'm pretty sure it makes sense now. Okay, so what's up with people throwing things at performers while they're performing on stage? Listen, so this weekend Cardi B was performing at a concert in Las Vegas, and a person, I don't want to call them a fan, tossed some water on her as she was beginning the performance. Now, Cardi B definitely should have played softball, y'all, because she quickly, and I do mean quickly, hurled, and yes, I said hurled her mic at a fan. Now, I've seen multiple angles of the video, and I can't say that she for sure hit the intended target, since it looked as though it ricocheted off of one person and onto another. Of course, security rushed to the stage. I saw footage of the woman who allegedly tossed the water apologizing profusely. But listen, here's the thing. Where I come from, we don't play like that, honey. If I had to describe myself, I would liken myself to a cup of tea. Specifically black tea. I would say add a few tablespoons of agave, the expensive kind, okay? Maybe even some raw brown sugar and a tad bit of cinnamon. Because what we do know about cinnamon is if you pour too much, things can get spicy, even for a classy cup of tea. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So again, I stand with Cardi B. I wouldn't be surprised if someone from either party files charges in the future, but as of right now, no charges have been filed that we know of. And remember, a wise man once said, don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff.
And I tell Governor Pritzker, like, just being an artist coming from the hood, even being in a room with you guys working on anything involving the system, I'm the one that grew up a drug baby, want to fight on crime, your dad in prison or dead, you got an 80% chance of going to prison or dying after your father. All I had was music, and I helped inspire a lot of people, get them through a lot of times. But now, you know, I got something real that I actually could say that I do besides, like, got my mom out the hood, is I actually help change laws and help get people out of prison that don't belong in prison.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought Meek was finished? Listen, Meek was standing right beside Illinois Governor Pritzker as he signed a new law into effect that aims to give former prisoners a better chance as they adjust back into society after incarceration. The law also hopes to reduce the likelihood that they'll be sent back to prison. Listen to what the governor had to say about the new law.
I'm going to sign legislation that focuses our mandatory supervised release system on creating successful outcomes for those who were formerly incarcerated and improves the safety and peace of our communities. It's a system that is evidence-based and transparent, which is just what our families and our neighborhoods deserve.
Here's what you should know about the new law. 1, it goes into effect on January 1st of next year. 2, it used to be known as parole. However, with advanced legislation comes new terminology. They are now calling it MSR, or mandatory supervised released, okay? 3, the bill focuses on transparency. 4, let's say you were in prison and now you're on MSR. If you obtain a degree, a career certificate, or a vocation certificate, you will get education credits, which could lower the time you have to spend on parole, now known as MSR, okay? Keeping up? 5, we know that the system can be extremely unfair to former prisoners. This new legislation streamlines and standardizes the review timeline, okay? So if someone is doing good, it encourages officers to release them from the program early, and those who are not released early must receive clear feedback. 5, MSR officers can no longer command unnecessary drug testing, which saves taxpayers money. I know you're thinking, Portia, what would make a drug test mandatory? Well, they have to have reasonable suspicion, and they must document that suspicion in the Department of Corrections database. 6, 7, and 8, it also allows for remote check-ins, more work opportunities, and reduces the amount of caseloads supervising officers have. Essentially, the former parole officers will spend the most time with people who pose the greatest threats. All right, so this next one is for my seasoned sassy somethings who love watching The Kid. That's my 60+ crew who identify as fabulous, smart, wise, and highly capable. Okay, so speaking of musicians who changed the world, legends Joni Mitchell and Nina Simone are still making an impact. How? Well, the Africa Channel's Rick Damagalia has a quick update for those of you who are part of their fan bases. Check it out.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Joni Mitchell's surprise return to the concert stage at the 2022 Newport Folk Festival is documented on a new live album produced by Brandi Carlile. Joni Mitchell at Newport featuring the Joni Jam is out now on CD, vinyl, digital, and in Dolby Atmos.
I love you, Cardi.
More Newport news, as a previously lost recording from the 1966 Newport Jazz Festival of Nina Simone can be experienced on You've Got to Learn. The new album is part of a trio of releases celebrating Simone's 90th birthday.
Elon Musk has given Kanye West his Twitter account, now known as X account, back. All right, so listen up. We don't know what prompted this. We're not sure if Kanye called Elon and was like, yeah, I want to come back. We don't know if Kanye went through a formal appeals process. However, what we do know is that Kanye's account comes with certain conditions and restrictions. He is not able to make money off his account, and no ads will appear next to his post. Now remember, Kanye's account was suspended last December after he posted an image of a swastika inside of the Star of David. And that was around the time he was on a very controversial anti-Semitic run via Twitter and via interviews. Musk has definitely described himself as a free speech absolutist, but I guess that absolution has some caveats. Like I always say, free speech does not always mean free of consequence. And Kanye West has definitely paid the price. Black Women's Equal Pay Day was July 27th, and an organization known as Black Women's Health Imperative published an article to share where Black women currently fall on the pay scale. Although we have made progress, it's not enough, and it's mere pennies, y'all. We are making 67 cents of our white male counterparts' dollar. We are making 64 cents of our white and non-Hispanic female counterparts' dollar. We are making 64 cents of our white and non-Hispanic female counterparts' dollar. And there are so many factors that attribute to these numbers, from straight up gender biases, short-term policies that went into effect during COVID, and Black women leaving the workforce, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The bottom line is that the pay gap has remained largely unchanged for 20 years. My team is reaching out to some experts so we can really get a better breakdown of this issue. Guys, what you have to understand is that it truly impacts us all right? Not just Black women, but everyone in the economy at large. Because keeping one group down financially negatively impacts everyone. All right, let's talk movies. A few movies are definitely fighting to push Barbie out of the way, but honestly, it's just not working. All right, the world is being painted pink, even me. The Africa Channel's David Daniels, as always, is bringing you the latest in the movie scene.
Moviegoers found Haunted Mansion moderately spooky. The fright flick debuted in third place with $24.2 million.
Theory will take you only so far.
Oppenheimer stayed strong in second place with a sophomore tally of $46.2 million for a 10-day domestic total of $174 million.
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Ken.
Audiences continue to think pink. Barbie dominated theaters for a second straight weekend, earning $93 million for a domestic total of $351 million, already the fourth highest grossing film of the year. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Why? Never be afraid to be different. You may just end up changing the world like Miss Kitty or Meek Mill. Two names you thought you would never hear in the same sentence, right? But both are world changers. I'll see you tomorrow, girls. And yes, I still need to get my nails done. Don't look.